Hello everybody, just a very rough kind of recording of how I think my idea will pan out. Now this idea, if you haven't already seen it, I'll put a little annotation at the bottom here just to let you know where this idea has come from and what it really involves. This video is all about how we can kind of present it in either a live stream or a recorded live stream sort of deal. I mean, the thoughts on the Reddit and from the people that I've been talking to on Tier 1, what we really struggle is the kind of the interest people kind of want. What is the interest or the entertainment that this stream can offer that others, ArmA 3 streams or other streams themselves, can they offer? So what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to try and present it just as if I was actually presenting a normal kind of game, in terms of what I would think my idea should be represented like, for instance. Now, the footage I am going to use is not live footage. It is footage that I have got either recorded or I'm using off YouTube. The quality is not going to be fantastic. Obviously, if this ever comes to fruition in terms of actually doing this live, or at least recorded live, then obviously the quality will increase a lot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start this broadcast as if I'm really broadcasting, and hopefully we can see what the kind of features and such is going to be like. Right, okay, let's begin. So let's just get rid of XSplit. So to begin with, the first thing I'm thinking of doing is we have one host. Say I'm the host, for instance. I'm the person who's going to introduce both the teams. I'm going to be the guy introducing the commentators and that sort of thing. A bit like what Red Eye or Jeff in Control Robinson from the StarCraft 2 stuff would do when they host the tournaments and such, like DreamHack or the WCS stuff online. And what I do really is do the introductions, set the scene, that sort of thing, give a brief introduction about what the mission's all about and why we're here and doing this sort of stuff. And then obviously we could have a little bit of banter between the two commentators and move from there. So let me just give you an idea. This plan that I'm going to show you now is literally not what the footage is going to show, because the footage is quite old footage. It's actually alpha footage which I took months ago. So the plan is not representative of the footage shown, but this is an example. I just want to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. So let's begin here. If I just get this tool out here, let's take my idea from the first video. Okay, we've got kind of a line of scrimmage, as it were. We've got the up 4 over here, and we've got the blue 4 over here. Okay, in the terms of the stuff that I've got video wise, both of it's actually from the point of view of blue 4. But for the sake of argument, I'm going to use my footage as the op 4 footage. So my footage is going to be tier 1 in red, and then the footage that I've got it from the GOL tactical cooperative gaming gameplay video. I will put a link in the description, so please don't sue me. This is just an example, so we'll have goal here. Now, let's just say, for example, goal are trying to head up and push in this direction here. They're going to move towards Antarakia, and they're going to move up this hill towards Cherkia. Okay, so they're going to try and get there and then move up even further. Tier 1, which is my footage, I should really put a 1 there, is, in terms of the footage shown, is actually set at an airfield. So really it should have been done the other way around, but I'm not really thinking. So let's just say, for example, they're going to move in like this, and they're going to try and engage the forces in this location. They know that there's movement, they're going to head from this location, and they're going to try and create some kind of defensive line on top of here and defend the assault on Cherkia. Okay, let's just say that is the whole point of this next mission, this next set of footages. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this stuff going. Let me just move this forward a little bit. Okay, so the next, if I've done this correctly, the next thing you're going to see is the same screen that you're looking at now, except you will see the footage in the corner. Let me just double check. No, you don't. You're seeing the wrong bloody thing. That's what you should be seeing, because I'm an idiot and I've got my things messed up. So at this point now, you're seeing the footage in each of the corners. So while the battle is going on and nothing is actually happening, the footage will happen in the corners. I may make the corners bigger. It really depends on what's going on. Now, this map here that we see in front of ourselves, this will actually be, I think, the map, the real map in game, as if someone had pressed the M button and you could see each of the flags or each of the symbols representing which team will be on the map. And that'll give us also a representation of where people are moving to, how the groups are moving, and what formations and all that sort of stuff, and what it seems to be the plan. Now, the next stage you'd think about here is if I just get rid of this stuff here, what will happen is during this map, what we could do is the commentators will start commentating as soon as I put towards the footage. So if I just do this, if I actually press the buttons that I should be pressing in the first place, now what you'll be seeing is the GOL footage. Now what I could do here is then go to the GOL footage in volume as well as in visualness. So if I just press this button,
move your position, move your team into position. You want us to attack? Was that the best? Yeah, on the left.
From the forest, yeah, because you'll come right up below them and you'll be able to straight access into the building.
Right, that's what we'll do then. Right, Bravo, you move into a base of fire position. Alpha on me, call information. We're gonna move up that sling up. Let's go.
My team with me. Move right.
So as you see there, people have got an idea of what's going on. You know, the commentary team can actually, one person will listen on one set and one person will listen on the other. When something interesting comes over, the commentator can just literally say, put this on, put this on, put this on, and this on. And obviously the host will be doing the same, but he'll be switching between them. Now if I switch to this one, we'll see this is my footage. I'll put the sound on so you can get a little snippet of what's happening over there.
Well, maybe you shouldn't leave your fighting lead behind.
Yeah, it would make more sense to keep.
Yeah,
the
GF,
teams
swap
together.
one of your team members out with yourself.
Copy, copy.
Let's just, for the sake of argument, let's move this footage forward a bit so we're actually getting into some kind of position. And forget about the fact that on one video it's really sunny, on the other side it's really quite miserable.
Sighting at all on the southwest. Visibility is not great.
Copy that.
I don't see anything.
Yep.
And then you switch back to this view here, the view where both sides are now kind of on the field. the commentators will be commentating about what they're actually planning to do. Not necessarily have to go to the footage to actually define what each person is doing, but what they could do from here is then, when they realise that something's about to go down by hearing into what is being said, they could technically, literally just nudge me or whatever, press a button to say action over here, action over there, and literally I'd just press a key button, like, I don't know, this one for instance, which should be my footage, and if I just pull it forward a bit, obviously there is going to be some fighting in a minute, and we'll put the volume up.
With base fire.
This is
copies,
one
marker.
copies on the marker.
Copy that. Alright, so as I said, we'll be moving there. Alpha 2 will be base of fire first. Alpha 1 will be moving and will bound with the fire teams towards the base. Copy?
1 copies.
2 copies.
And hard cover.
Moving down the hill towards your position right now. Two enemy down.
Contact!
That's fine, cross over the wall. Okay.
Alright, TeamSpeak channel is open. 1, you start the bound. Let 2 know when you're ready.
That's Roger, let's get us in position. Stand by. Okay, 1's in position.
2 moving.
I think, folks, you're getting an idea of what this is all about. I think you'll find that this is really a very rough representation of what I'd want. And this footage that you see on the left and the footage you see on the right is footage that you'll be seeing live, or as live as it'll ever be. Recorded live, therefore technically live. Now what could happen here is all kinds of different stuff. It's never ever really going to be the same sort of features. I mean, this idea is a very, what's the word? It's a difficult thing to put into practice, because obviously it's not exactly the most simple process and the simple kind of thing to even suggest, let alone try and put into practice. There's got to be a lot of practice there in terms of the talking and the variety of different kind of commentators and the variety of different missions that must be made to keep it interesting. On top of that, we've got to coordinate people who will obviously want to either live stream what they're doing, or they want to at least record what they're doing. Now, if we did this on a recorded basis, okay, that what would happen is I would get together with a couple, 2 or 3 commentators, maybe 1 from each team, and we literally use the recorded footage from each team while they have the battle, and come at it retrospectively, like a highlights package or some kind of thing like that. Or we try and do this as live as possible. Now, I understand that live as possible, the chances of something terrible happening in terms of bugs or crashes or general problems, technical issues, they obviously present themselves more visible, become more visible, because obviously it's a live stream. If we did this recorded and literally put it out on a live stream, not necessarily actually live, I think we can try and iron out as much as possible. On top of that, we could also obviously put it on YouTube, which is another kind of, if we're trying to do this for the charity, which is what the suggestion was that we try and do something for charity, or we do something to not necessarily raise funds for something in particular, but something to get a little bit more of enthusiasm towards the game, because I think that in general is what we're all trying to do, really. We're trying to get this game more successful and more enthusiasm towards it rather than just plain nothing. So, I'm going to end this now. I hope this has come out as well as I think it will have come out, and I will see you very soon, folks.